Hello everyone, how are you doing? This is Michael Conan representing the TooMedToo's Star Wars Network. We've got your fix, and this is episode 42 of the Bacta Tank. And it is brought to you by my patrons. If you'd like to join them, you can go to my Patreon page at patreon.com // some kind of slash, TooMedToo, and check out the tiers that are on there, and I'm sure you will find one that is perfect for you. And also, don't forget, we have super chats open, so you can always drop a super chat and have your question highlighted, and make sure we get to it immediately. And we have our featured guest today. I am sure that most of you know who she is. One of the powerhouses in our Star Wars community. She is a force of light. See what I did there? Michelle
Hello.
Smith. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Well, good now after that intro. What an intro. I'll take it.
All right. So, yeah, we chatted a little bit before the start. Today was my first day back at work from since April, so it wasn't a long day. It was just not used to day, and I haven't been on bed rest, but I can't really do anything. So there was the last 7 months have been no physical activity. I did paint my living room the other day, and oh my god, I was so sore the next day. We were trying to hang shelves, and I was just supposed to hold it with one hand and stand out of the way. I was like, I can't do it. Like my back is so tight and hurts so much. I can't even hold up, a little shelf for you to do. But and then I went to work today. So
Well, it takes at least about a week or so to get back in the hang of things.
yeah, it won't be bad. It's it was only a half day today, and then it's supposedly light duty, so we'll see how that is. What that equates to. Basically it's going to be if I'm, like when they said you could go back half duty or light duty, it's like, I equate it to if I need to take an extra break, I'm going to, that way they have to give me an extra break or whatever until I'm back in the swing of things. But, you know,
Well, there you go. Well, at least you're all the way to half duty, so making progress.
yeah, that's good. Um, and we had some crazy. Oh, so I got a quick little story to tell before we jump into this. So I was on the computer last night. I was streaming on Live It, and Danielle came into my office because now, so like we were made the second bedroom my office slash like where I stream or whatever. And she came in and she was like, and I was like, what's wrong? And she saw a face in the window, but it wasn't a human face, and she went, it was a raccoon. It was a little raccoon, and it was at the window, like pawing on the window, trying to come in, because we had like huge thunderstorms coming through. We had tornado warnings and everything, and I was gonna let it in because I was like, the thing's scared, it wants to come in, it's being nice, it's gonna be fine when it comes in. And she was like, no, what about the dog? It could have rabies. I was like, I got health insurance. I'll go to the hospital if it bites me. We'll be fine. But she didn't let me do it. So, she claims it was like the voice of reason. I think that it was, whatever. So,
Sounds like you're a risk taker, Michael.
well, I mean, you figure a raccoon, if I'm not threatening it, if it's, hurt or scared or whatever, wants to come in, it's going to be nice. It's going to behave because it wants to be in there. It's not like I was quartering it in the garage and doing whatever to it. It's like if people find stray cats or stray dogs and bring them in if they're nice.
They do.
They're kind of timid and make sure everything's okay. But that's the same thing I would have done. I would have. I was talking to somebody. I would have grabbed a box and covered a certain area because I don't want them to. It's at the right level. I don't want them to scratch or bite that area of me. So I'd make sure that was covered up. But other than that, I'd let it run in and see what it did.
I think I'm gonna have to go with your wife's stance on this.
Well,
It must be a woman thing.
you city slickers are all the same. I grew up in the suburbs too, so it's not like that. But my dad grew up on a farm, and My grandma lived there until she passed away. My aunt lives there now. It's kind of like the family farm. It's been someone in the family's lived there. We always go out there and hang out. They call it like a farmette because it's only about 10 acres, and it's like woods and a lot whatever. But yeah. So, anyways, how was your day today? Now that I've monopolized the entire show.
It's pretty good. Glad to be on here and talk whatever we want to talk tonight. Yeah, excited. I just went back to work about 3 or 4 weeks ago, so I'm fully back in the swing of things. So it was just a typical day.
And my dad's here and said raccoons are a rabies vector species. So, and he has my picture. That's when I used to be bald. As his profile picture. So, all right. So we've got a lot that's going on right now. I've been busy, so I'm kind of behind. I'm behind on books and comics, but everything else I'm caught up on. I guess the big thing we got going on right now is Mandalorian.
Yes.
I know you're all caught up because you just did a review on it on your podcast. So tell us about your podcast.
Yes, I am one half of Force of Light Entertainment. My sister and I, we talk all things entertainment. Star Wars is my number one love, always has been. So there's at times can be a lot of Star Wars content. But we just before that had done Stranger Things. We love that. DC, we had Pizza and Parsecs on, who you mentioned before. We had. So we talk anything, but yes, we're full on Mandalorian swing right now with that, and that's so fun. I mean, this has been an odd year to start an entertainment podcast / YouTube channel because literally we started our podcast in February, and we got to see Birds of Prey, and then like The Invisible Man, and then like the week later. Everything got shut down. So it's been interesting. We just got out the gate, so we've had to be creative, but I think it's been good overall. So that's kind of that. But yeah, I'm super excited. Like you, I have not stayed as caught up on the comics and Star Wars and the books. I'm about halfway through the Poe one, the Poe Dameron one. But there hasn't really been anything like a book that was like, ooh, I have to read that's come out in the last probably 6 months, I would say. I'm excited for the High Republic when it comes out, but so I haven't finished all the new books either because none of them have really, really excited me. But I'm excited about Mando.
Well, okay, I'm not that far behind, I guess. Then I'm behind. I have. The last Thrawn book and the From a Certain Point of View book that I need to read. But I used to, when books would come out, I'd have them done in a day. But I do audiobooks. I like to read with my ears. And especially in New York City, it was a lot easier because, I'd get up and, you don't realize how much free time you have in your ears or, dead time in your ears that just walking around, especially... if you're going to go get in your car and instead of listening to the radio, put on an audio book or like with me waiting for the train or taking the train or whatever. So that's how I used to get a lot of podcasts done too. But, now without, I hadn't been working, so it just kind of changed the whole dynamics of everything. And instead of, my podcast that I would listen to at double speed, it took me a little while to get up there, but... I'd listen to them at double speed, so 4 or 5 hours of podcasts, I could listen to 10 podcasts.
Yeah.
In a day, so it was like I was cramming so much in. And, just kind of, I didn't have time for it, so hopefully now we get back in the swing of things. I'll be able to get some more podcasts in. It'd be very infrequently. There's only 1 or 2 that on a regular basis I catch. Alberto, I always try and catch him on Saturdays when I'm home. But now I'm going to be back at work, so... I don't know if I'm going to be catching that live or in the chat, and we'll see what happens. But also, doing book, I wasn't doing book reviews. Now doing book reviews, I don't want to just be like, okay, I read the book, let's talk about it. I want to, be able to take notes and do things like that. It's kind of hard to do when you're walking the dog or doing dishes or taking a shower, so that kind of changed. I just need to set some time and put, an hour or two each day aside and try and do that. Or just take my book with me and the notebook in while I'm on the train or waiting and try and just whittle away at it that way.
Yeah, I'm like you. I do Audible for all those books. The Star Wars books, especially, are just so much fun on Audible because to me, it's not Star Wars without the music. So to have the different themes playing in the audiobook it makes it feel like Star Wars. Where if you're reading it without that, then you don't get the music. So I love the Star Wars on Audible. And then I agree. Since I've been back at work, my podcast listening has definitely increased. So I understand.
And if anyone is looking for a way to get into Audible books, if you go into the notes right now, the first thing on there, you check that out and you get free subscription. Or your first, I believe, it depends on what you sign up for. But your first 1 or 2 books are free with the Audible subscription that you can find in the comments. Just click on that and go to it, and helps me out too, because then Audible throws me a couple dollars for for you doing that, and that helps support the podcast or the YouTube channel. So it's kind of
Audible's
a win-win.
great.
And then, so all right, we got Mandalorian is out, and you just did your review on there. What have you thought so far about what we have with the season 2 being 3 episodes into it?
I really like it. I know there's been a lot of fussing about different things. I think it's been fantastic thus far. I think it's been different than season 1, and I think that was needed. We don't want everything to be just the same. And Natalie and I both, we were one of I guess, once I started listening to podcasts throughout that week, for whatever reason, I really loved episode 2. And I feel like I was one of the few that truly loved it. In season 1, I would say my least favorite, and I still liked them, but my least favorite episodes were 5 and 6. And I remember so many people that loved episode 6 because it was very different. And I was kind of like, okay, it's not my favorite, but okay. I guess that my point is, I feel like episode 2 is now my version of their episode 6, where it's like I really love it, but I'm kind of on an island, episode 2 island, as far as loving it. But yeah, I think it's great, and I think, as we said recently on our podcast, I think you saw with episode 3. They're building towards something. And I even compared it to, we had gone back and talked about, for October, Stranger Things season 1 and season 2. And in rewatching season 2 of Stranger Things, I realized how much slower. It took so much more time to build up. But then once it did build up, it was like explosive those last several episodes. And I kind of feel like The Mandalorian's kind of like that. Like, it's building towards something, and I think it's going to be special, really. I love it, and I think it's going to be great.
Well, everybody knows that that's on here, or in case there's anybody new, that's on here because they're following Michelle. I'm trying to keep the language a little bit, nicer, and not my normal, sounding like a sailor or whatever, that it usually is out of, just in case anybody's popping in for Michelle's, because Michelle isn't like that. Not, at least not on camera. I don't know. We've never sat around and had some beers. Well, I mean, I don't drink, but we've never sat around and while she has a couple glasses of wine, and, Charlie Skywalker just said, good job. When I was on his podcast, I did a really good job. It made about 45 minutes, and he was like, oh, no, you can. And I just let it all out then. Everything I've been saving up. But, and I was like, oh, I guess you got to edit that out. But he put it on there, so, yeah. But yeah, it's, this is the thing that really gets me when people were saying, oh, it's a filler episode. There's not filler episodes. There were so many tie-ins to episodes from season 1.
Yeah.
And the filler episodes that this filler episode tied in with and pulled everything together. Or, the Easter eggs, or just the nod to this happening or that happening. And the other thing is, too, like I've said, if you look at it, they're doing it by chapters. It's not, season by season. It is because it's a TV show, so you have to have it season by season. But, it's not set up like a normal TV program would be. It's like a book would be. So, you might get something in chapter 2 that doesn't touch again. They don't touch again on it until chapter 12 or chapters 18. Like a book would. But that could be a whole season or two as it goes. People were upset that episode 2 didn't have Boba Fett in it because 99.9% sure we saw him at the end of it. We don't, it hasn't been confirmed that it's him, but everyone says that it's him because who else could it be? That's a whole other conversation. But there's a really good chance it's him. Even though it's not confirmed, but they expected it to go, and it's like no, from a storytelling standpoint, you see that mysterious stranger at the end of chapter 9. And then you don't talk about him again until chapter 18. So he might not even appear again in this season. He might not be in it again until next season. Or, whatever they're going to do. Who really knows?
Well, and even look at that, like, with chapter 9, episode 1 of this new season, it went back and touched back on chapter 5, which we felt like was just so random and so lost in season 1. And then they go back and connect it. So I've just kind of said on our show, I just feel like people have to be patient. Like this is not a Stranger Things that is basically like an 8-hour movie. That is one continual story. That if you miss one chapter, you're doomed because you're going to miss so much.
Yeah.
It is more episodic in ways. And, even look back at season 1. I remember people were so pumped after the first episode came out. And then episode 2 came out and people loved seeing Baby Yoda and knowing that knowing that he had the Force. But I remember immediately people began to complain about episode 2 or chapter 2 that it was quote unquote filler. And it's like chapter 2 of The Mandalorian was critical because it had to establish why Mando was not going to be able to give up the child. And it's like sometimes things aren't just about the story literally moving from place to place. Character development and character growth is moving the story forward. And I feel like sometimes that seems to get lost in Star Wars world in The Mandalorian. It's a little... I wouldn't use the word frustrating. Doesn't mean that much. It's not like I get that aggravated, but it's just, I feel again, people, it's like they have in their mind what is supposed to be. And it's like, let these storytellers tell their story, because to me, thus far, they've done an incredible job and nothing's wasted with Jon Favreau or Dave Filoni. And I think you see that. And even in, again, I go back to it. It was so fun and unique and different. Chapter 10, the second one of this season, I said just recently on our last episode, I went back to it, and even that one, I know, yes, technically the story doesn't progress, so to speak, as far as them going where they were going to go, but it was the first time to me, all through season 1 and even in episode 1 of the season, Baby Yoda just kind of felt like a prop, like a really cute prop / plot device. And it was in chapter 10, of course, episode 2 of the season. It was the first time that Baby Yoda truly felt like a character. Like the two main characters were Mando and Baby Yoda. Like if you go back and watch chapter 10, like when they're in the ship with the spiders are coming, the way the camera will now pan in on Baby Yoda looking around and his face and his expressions, and they truly made him a character in that episode, and I loved it. And to me, that furthers the show, because it shows you that Baby Yoda is going to be truly, or the child is going to truly be a character of the show, and it really is Mando and his show at the end of the day. So I love what's going on with season 2, and I just think it's heading. I think episode 3 really revealed where it's going, and I think it's going to be fantastic.
And I mean, yeah, like I see, people just aggravate me because like people don't aggravate me. Stupid people aggravate me, and there's a lot of stupid people that are out there, especially on Twitter. And my mental health is so much better since I haven't been on Twitter as much. I go on there. I used to scroll Twitter all day long, and I was watching TV and scrolling Twitter, to see what's going on and commenting and this and that or whatever. Now it's like I'll just, oh, okay, I got a couple minutes. I'll scroll through Twitter, or I'm on there because I'm posting about the podcast or seeing what other friends that are podcasters are doing. But everything else, I really just kind of stay away from that. Every once in a while, and I do it to myself. I get involved when somebody says something stupid. I point out, that I think they're stupid, and that just kind of brings the whole shit show of everything on. But we can talk about that later on. Let's keep it nice and fun and happy. So okay, we'll get back to the Mandalorian.
Well, and on that, I mean, I agree. Like, honestly, I think everyone in the chat too, I think we all could admit that Twitter is it's kind of like a train crash that you just keep watching, but it's not good for you to keep watching. Like, it's frustrating. And take the Mandalorian. We've had a segment of Star Wars fans that find something to be offended with and complain about and fuss about each week. And it's just like stupid stuff. And it just gets, it's like I'm just sitting here having fun watching The Mandalorian and wanting to talk about it and excited. And I know most people are excited. And then you have these kind of gatekeepers in the Star Wars Twitter world that want to, basically tell us what we should be offended by. And, oh, you better take it serious or you're being a jerk. And it's just, it's obnoxious to the point that I just don't even want to be on it much because I just want to enjoy the show and not listen to all the crap on Twitter.
Yeah, it's just to the whole cancel culture thing, and if you're not with me or against me, and political views, and it's like, well, sometimes you're not even going for the politician, you're going for the policies that they're going for. You can think that the politician is an idiot and an asshole, but you know what? The policies, I think that their policies are better than the other person's policies, and that's where I'm lining up. I'm voting for policies, not the person. But yeah, that's a lot of other stuff too. But
yeah. I mean, and it's just frustrating. And I mean, I'll go there tonight. It's like the treatment of Gina Carano has honestly pissed me off multiple times because it's like, I am more conservative. And you know what? I respect every person's political opinion as long as you're respectful to me. Because as you said, it's more about policies. It's not about all this other crap people make it about. And it's just like, you know what? Mark Hamill and I don't agree politically. I don't follow Mark Hamill, and I still love Luke Skywalker. And if I saw him today, would get his autograph and take a picture with him. It just doesn't. It doesn't bother me, and it just shouldn't bother people that Gina Carano, who by the way is less political than Mark Hamill, that she, I guess, says or tweets certain things, but 90% of the time it's just sheer positivity out of her anyways. But it's just. I mean, it's just like if you don't like her, what she says, don't follow her. Do what I do. It's very easy. It's not difficult. And I mean, like I saw something today that, I mean, it genuinely ticked me off. Someone on Twitter took a picture of like all these these Cara Dune action figures at Target and was like, oh, these are selling out. And I just almost wanted to say, like, had that been Rey, or had that been Rose Tico, or any of the female characters in the sequel trilogy, and someone did what this guy did over Gina, then they would have been crying sexism of what was just done. But it's not that way because Gina, I guess, is more conservative, and it's ridiculous. And it's not about conservative or liberal. I mean, they're all actors are entitled to their opinions, and who cares what they think anyways? I mean, I'm just here to watch Cara Dune. for goodness sake, or Luke Skywalker, or whoever it is. I don't really care what they think.
Yeah, and people don't have the ability to separate, a person, an actor, from the character they're playing. So, I don't like that, Cara Dune has these political views, Gina Carano has these political views. So now I hate her character. Let's get her kicked off the show. Which kind of brings up we're talking about this. So, the whole egg thing
Egggate.
from Egggate, and it's like, and I had somebody that took one of my when I was on and I was streaming, and I was like, people can't. I don't understand why people can't tell the difference between fact and fiction. This is something that happens in a movie or a TV show. This has, I'm sorry if you have, reproductive issues in your life, and this is upsetting to you, but it's not, your feelings and emotions are fine, but it's not a rational thing to have. So it's like, I'm not taking away your feelings. You can have whatever feelings you are, but they're not rational, and you probably need to figure out something you can do so you can cope with the fact that a lizard ate another lizard's egg. And I know they're not lizards, but I mean, it's the same thing. Like, do you turn on, National Geographics, and all of a sudden a snake got into a bird's nest and ate the eggs and start crying over it? Like, no, you just need something to go crazy about. Like, and I equated it to, I said, it would be like watching Friday the 13th and crying because what if the boogeyman someday became real and actually did kill people? How would their families feel about that? Well, if I told you that was my issue, you'd think I was completely crazy. And I mean, that's the exact same thing with this.
Yeah, and I think had they just given it time, I think by episode 3, you just really shouldn't have had a problem with it. Like, Frog Lady and Mr. Frog and Mrs. Frog went on to have a lovely little frog, and it's fine. Like, it just wasn't, I think, intended to be this big mess that it became. I mean, my gosh, Star Wars was having to defend themselves against Egggate. So, and again, too, it's like, guys in the chat, he or she who has not eaten eggs, let them cast the first stone. I mean, it was an unfertilized egg. Like, have you ever had eggs? It's just, it just wasn't, it wasn't meant the way I guess it was taken. And there comes a point too, it's not everyone's job to make sure 1 or 10 people aren't offended at something that they really shouldn't be offended by. There comes a point, it's like, you're going to find someone that's going to take offense with everything, it feels like. Because we move into this awesome new episode, and we have someone taking offense at the female chest armor. So it's just like, it's very hard to make everyone happy, it seems. And
well, I mean, it's like, it's not sexualizing it. It's, they need to have it shaped differently than other people, and then you get into where it's handed down, from generation to generation. So I mean, look at the way that your ancestors dressed in the 1800s. Their boobs were up to their nose. That's they had them pushed up like that. And if you walked out like that, everybody's going to be calling you every, name in the book right now. But but I mean, that was sexualized, but it was different than if you were to do it today. I mean, just for the way things are, and once again, it's fake and in space, and that was. Somebody took one of my things, that's what I was saying, and they cut out 40 seconds or 45 seconds, and they reposted it about, like, what's wrong with this guy, or whatever, because I was going on saying, so what happens, these people that are all upset about the egg thing, did they think about now? So this is the end of the family's line with the eggs. So what do those eggs hatch? What do the eggs do? Yeah. So now brothers and sisters are, going to have to keep this going. Keep this line going. So do you have a problem with that? Because now we're talking about frog incest. Well, it happens. It happens in nature, so it's okay. But it's the same thing. Frog, like lizards or whatever Yoda species is, eat other, eggs. So it's like it's the same thing. So they took it out and they're like, "What's wrong with this guy?" And they put it on Twitter, and I reposted it. And I was like, here you go, cancel culture. This is exactly what I said. You don't even need to watch the video. Go ahead and unfriend me right now, because it's like, I've had enough things happen, and I'm not even. If you don't want to listen to me and don't want to be my friend or whatever, so be it. And, some of the things that have happened recently, I've had, like, people I've become friends with in real life that have unfriended me or blocked me without even saying, hey, what's going on? Or, what are you thinking? I've had you contact me and say, hey, what's going on with this? Do you want to talk about it or whatever? And it's like, okay, this is what's going on. And you're like, oh, okay. Because, instead of just reading one sentence or, like I was telling Danielle, I was like, this is what the guy said. She's like, well, why would he say that? I was like, because he can say whatever he wants, and people are going to scroll up one sentence to see, I never said that.
Yeah.
And it's like, so they just read what he said, and...
It's a very frustrating... That's, like you said, I think to be off Twitter is good for headspaces, because it just gets very... Like, you can say one thing that just shouldn't be an issue, and someone takes issue with it, and takes it in a way you didn't even really mean it. I mean, my favorite is when people tell you what you meant. That's my favorite. It's like, no, only I know what I meant. But it is. And someone in the comments, Pauline, she had a good point, and Vader Girl agreed too. Back to Baby Yoda and the eggs. It's like he uses the Force, like you kind of see him using the Force. Like, I truly do believe, like they said, that like he knew that they were not living things, like which ones were not. Like, he's very in tune to the Force and would kind of pick that up. But I mean, at the end of the day too, I mean, Baby Yoda, he is a creature, and he ate a live frog in episode 2, in which the eggs were definitely a callback to him, to the frog, because I mean, he's just so enamored with the frog lady's eggs when the moment he sees them. And and I guess they say it wasn't funny. It wasn't meant to be offensive.
Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is, and it's never gonna end. But
no, there'll be something in episode 4 that I'm sure everyone will be offended with. Or no, I shouldn't say everyone. It's actually those of you. Most of you guys know I'm in ministry. They will tell you, like any pastor who goes into church, that all the problems in the church are going to come from around 5 to 6% of the people in the church. And that's kind of what it's like on Twitter in Star Wars world. It's really just about 5 or 6% of Star Wars world, but they're so loud and so controlling of telling you what you can and cannot think, and always stirring up some kind of strife. And it's infuriating.
Yeah, and then, they're, with them it's all or nothing. So if you don't agree with me, we can't be friends. And people are just like, oh, okay, I'll go along with them. So, just so we can still be friends, because who cares what they think about the Star Wars or, this topic or that topic, or, and I mean, it goes back to like the Bounty Hunter comic where people are, oh my God, it was rape porn because he pointed a blaster at her. And what happened on the next page? He got shot before he could do anything. So, like, how, it's like, people just going off, like, that was the other thing, too, like, that scene, people are going off, like, well, I had a miscarriage. Okay, like, what does somebody having a blaster pointed at them, that's your justification for lying and calling this rape porn and this and that and whatever other, crazy shit they went with, and then that got, like, me and a couple other people were like, what are you talking about? They're like, that never happened. She didn't get beat. Like, you're talking about how she was beaten and this and that. It's like, it never happened. Like, what are you talking about? And then it's like their defense is, oh, well, I had a miscarriage. Oh, okay, but that really doesn't have anything to do with anything right now. Oh, you don't care about my feelings? And it's like, that's not... And then it turns into a whole, other issue, because they don't have any validity with what they're trying to say, or just making up complete lies for attention. And, I don't know. People are crazy. But let's talk about some great stuff. So how did you get into Star Wars?
I can't really remember a time that I did not have Star Wars in my life because we have, and I need to find a way to get this like on Twitter or something. We have like a video of us when we were all at Disney World, and I'm like 2.5 years old. I'm speaking in gibberish. My brother has a Darth Vader helmet on, and I have Luke's or slash Anakin's blue lightsaber, and I'm hitting him with it. So literally, since from the time I was around two, Star Wars has been in my life. So I don't have memories of not knowing Star Wars, watching Star Wars, loving Star Wars, collecting. I was one of those girls that had all the toys, even. I wasn't into Barbies. I was into Star Wars toys and Hot Wheels. That was my thing. And action figures. So I can't remember a time without it. And let's see, I remember going to the theater to see the special editions when George Lucas put those out, them being so excited to go see The Phantom Menace. And then, of course, ever since the special editions, I've seen every Star Wars movie in theaters and multiple times typically. But yeah, I mean, it's just something that I've always loved and have learned to appreciate in multiple different ways as I've gotten older, and still love it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much the same way. It's always been there. I was growing up, and I have an older brother that had the toys, and older cousins, and they had the toys. So, I was probably playing with the action figures at a much younger age than you would let your kids do now. Um, so it was, it was just always there. It's always been there. It's been a little bit more prevalent at certain times in my life. I wasn't a big reader, or I'm not a big reader, so during the dark times between 83 and 99 when we didn't have any movies, any real movies. You got like the Ewok movies and stuff, but nothing from the episodic films.
Yeah.
I had the movies then. I didn't read the legends or anything like that. I've read a few of them now. I've gotten into a few of them just because they're good. But since I don't know, and that other segue I had was horrible. I was just like, I just want to talk about happiness now. So because it's just, it's just so easy to talk about those people. I guess I'm calling them those people. And I just get to the point where I'm like, go ahead and unfollow me and unfriend me. And every once in a while, when I say something like that, I have someone that I thought was a good Star Wars friend, and they unfollowed me, or it's like, okay, well, they're lost because I got enough other people out there that I can hang out with and do whatever I want to do with. So, all right, books. You were saying that you're looking forward to the
High Republic.
High Republic, yes.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they've done with that. I mean, it's. I mean, maybe I won't like it. We'll see. But it sounds interesting, so I'm intrigued to see it or listen to it.
Have you been going with any of the spoilers, or I guess they're not spoilers. Any of the excerpts they've put out from the books?
I have it because I was like, I'll just waiting it because I have like 4 or 5 credits saved up on Audible, and I was like, I'll just wait and buy them on Audible. Do they come out do you guys know, in January? Does one of them come out?
2 of them come out in January.
Okay, yeah. So I'll just probably buy them on Audible, and because in the beginning days of Disney, I really enjoyed all the books, and now I've gone kind of pickier, and I kind of know if I'm probably going to like one or not. But some of these looked really interesting, and I always buy anything Claudia Gray because I just think she's fantastic.
Yeah, I don't have it. I was going to pull it up. I don't have it right now, though. 2 of
I
them.
think it's January.
It's January like 3rd or 8th, or I guess it probably that whatever the first Tuesday is in January. I don't have a calendar. I mean, I guess I could pull it up really quick and see. But yeah, so 2 of them come out on the exact same day. But I believe one is a children's or a lower. One's a regular novel, and The other one is the regular like Claudia Gray, or I don't even know who did it. Let's see here. The High Republic Test of Courage comes out on 1/5. That is the one by Justina Ireland. I believe that is the one that's more of like the younger reader or grade school, or it might be in between grade school and regular novel. And then Charles Scholl did Light of the Jedi. That also comes out on the 5th.
Yes, that one sounded interesting. I've not read any of the experts. It seemed like it would probably be interesting. I mean, it's just going to be fun to get stuff with a lot of Jedi again. Because outside the prequel content, we've never had that. So that to me sounds very interesting.
Yeah, and I mean, we get a little bit of everything in there. But that was the other thing, too. Once again, controversy with the concept art. We don't like the way this person looks, and we don't like the way that this person looks, and we don't like the description of this person. And it's concept art. Like, they weren't done yet, and the stories weren't done yet when that came out. And then people are like, see, they listened to us, they changed the pictures, and it's like, no. Like, when I go through on the Holocron House, and I go through the art of books, I had somebody say, did I miss that in the movie? And it's like, no, it's concept art. It was drawn 3 years before the movie was even filmed or came out, and it was just an idea that they had.
Yeah.
So it's like they tell 10 or 20 different artists, hey, this is what we want you to draw. Here are your parameters. Draw it, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and sadly too, I think one of the reasons Star Wars fans are so, like, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm just not in that world. Like, I don't feel like the Marvel fans have near these passionate feelings about, oh, that picture's wrong. I don't feel like they fuss as much as like Star Wars fans do. And I think in a way it's good because it's like people really care about Star Wars. They really have a deep connection and love for it. It's just not my personality to fuss at other people's work that much. Like, you've got to really, really mess it up for me. And even then, it's going to be more private fussing. Because at the end of the day, if someone's enjoying something, I don't like to, for lack of better words, I don't like to crap on their enjoyment. Like, just let them have it. And sadly, it's like you said, people, they find something to fuss about all the time, but I just can't really worry about that. And even with The Mandalorian, it's like, I genuinely never want someone's feelings to truly be hurt. But if The Mandalorian hurts your feelings that deeply, you're probably going to have a hard time in life, is just kind of how I'm going to say. And if that's your biggest problem in life, you are a very blessed person, and you need to realize that. Because what's going on in The Mandalorian is not the biggest thing in my life or most people's lives. It's just there for escapism, and it's hopefully a fun time. I don't know about Kat in the chat if she watches it with her son. I like to watch it with my niece, Natalie's daughter, and it's just a fun family time. It's a bright spot in our day, not something I'm going to sit around and pick and nitpick and complain about things that, and that doesn't mean I think everything's always perfect in it. I just choose to focus on the things I like.
Yeah, it's like we sit here and we'll talk about, okay, I didn't like this, and this is why. And then, we might talk about it, for a little bit more, or, bring it back up at some other time. But it doesn't consume our lives. Like that's the whole thing. If you're just letting this negativity, consume your life because Disney ruined my childhood when they did this or they did that. It's like, literally, like, get a life. Like, and there's some more people unfollow me because I think these idiots should get a life. And, and it's like, yes. Should I call them idiots? Probably not, but they are. And, sometimes don't have the most, sugar-coated tongue when it comes to things like that. And,
Well, and I just think for anything, it's like in my family, I enjoyed the sequel trilogy. My brother really does not at all. It's fine. People are going to like or dislike different things, and that's the good thing, I guess, actually about Disney owning Star Wars is we've got a lot of content coming out. So odds are you're going to find something that that you really like, which is fun and exciting. And I mean, I really feel, and that doesn't mean by any means I think Disney's done everything perfect with Star Wars. They definitely have it with some things. But it's still a fun time to be a Star Wars fan. I mean, we've got The Mandalorian, we've got the Obi-Wan series coming out, the Cassian. There's just so many endless possibilities. We get a live action Ahsoka Tano coming. I mean, there's just so much to be excited about.
Oh, look who stopped by.
Natalie stopped by. Hello, Natalie.
Hi, Natalie. But yeah, it's like there's so much going on right now in Star Wars that, we had to go almost 20 years, 15 years, whatever, without new movies. You can go a year or two. If you don't like The Mandalorian, fine, don't watch it. You don't have to talk about everything you don't like about it. Stop watching it. That's like the guy that I was like, dude, why, like, you can stop stalking my social media and watching all my videos now. And he's like, I've never watched more than 5 minutes of your video. I knew where to go to your... And I was like, so how did you know out of all my videos that this is what I said and this is what you want to do? It's like, I don't believe you that you just happened to turn on YouTube on the right video at the right time to then edit it so that you could put it up and, so like, just don't watch it. Don't watch it, and you have some books coming out. And maybe you're not caught up on all the books. There's almost, I think, 50 or 60 books right now that are, from the Disney era. And some of those are, young adults or whatever, but they're 3-hour books. So go ahead and read one of those. And then, you can start a podcast about that book. Or go on Twitter and find other people that like that book. Or start, with the comics. Or, maybe you don't like the Mandalorian because you never watched the Clone Wars. Well, if you watch 3 episodes of the Clone Wars a day, which is about an hour's worth of TV, you have a month or two of watching, to do. And then you can watch it over again to see what you missed. And, that can stretch that out to easily half of a year. So, I mean, there's just so much you can do if there's something you don't like. And... the book that you don't like, and then we have the High Republic coming out. It's just like there's so much content that is readily available right now, and then stuff that's coming out in the future. That like there's no reason to find the fault of something and just keep going on that forever.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it just more speaks to our society at large right now, where it kind of even goes back at times to outrage culture. It's like people just kind of find things to be offended or angry with, unfortunately. And I mean, really, that's just bad. It's just unfortunate for them because it's not good for our health to go around always aggravated about things, especially things that, like I said, are supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be escapism and happy. And I mean, if Star Wars isn't fun, then I guess maybe don't watch it or don't read it or whatever it is. But it just shouldn't be taken quite as seriously as it seems to be at times.
I mean, we've both said that Star Wars has impacted our lives, and we don't know anything in our life without Star Wars being around. So it to say I'm going to stop all Star Wars completely would kind of be a big deal. But if something in Star Wars was affecting my life so dramatically, maybe you do need to cut that out and figure out why is this so impactful. And I understand some people identify with characters or whatever, but it's when you're identity is attached so much to one character, and they speak to you. It's like there's larger issues that you have to deal with about that then. When like that's how your whole life is based about. Like, I mean, I want to talk. I'm sitting here right now. I got Funko Pops and Black Series and books, and behind my curtain I have boxes that go from the floor to the ceiling, full of that, like, from the boxes they were shipped in. They've been opened up and I've shown them, but they haven't been put away or haven't had videos done with them. So I mean, it's a huge part of my life. But it's not affecting me. It's not affecting my mental health, and and it's not like I don't live for it.
Yes. Yeah, like it should just be like icing on the cake of life. Just something that makes you happy temporarily and is enjoyable to talk about, discuss. It's like a hobby. I don't know. It just shouldn't be so serious.
And I don't know, somebody new in the chat was just like, Disney ruined Star Wars with Episode 8. Well, Lucasfilm makes Star Wars, not Disney. They're just kind of the parent company. And there's plenty of other Star Wars out there. There's 7 films before it. How does that one ruin it? And if it doesn't make you not like those other movies anymore. And if they do, then there's an issue that is a lot more than the movies themselves that you should probably be dealing with.
Do you know what's interesting for me, because we talked about, the original trilogy is definitely, it's my favorite. But it's like I grew up with it my whole life, and especially those 3 main characters, Han, Luke, and Leia. And I was so excited to see them again, and I was excited to see them again. But it's almost like there was such a gap that the OT trilogy is so ingrained in my mind that it's so separate from the sequel trilogy that nothing done in the sequel trilogy like erodes or takes away from the original trilogy to me. If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Like it could it to me. Like it was so set in stone in my mind that everything in the sequel trilogy is just kind of like extra at that point.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of that too is expectations and people going with legends, and like I was saying, the books that we had, from 80, from episode after episode 6 to episode 1, and then after episode 3 until we got the sequels, and it's like, those books were never real Star Wars. They weren't canon. They were something that Lucasfilm said, okay, put our name on there and we'll take some of your money, and it's all about money. It's not canon. It never was. So Disney didn't ruin it by making it something. Disney didn't change anything. It was never canon, and they kept it not canon, so it didn't change anything. When they bought Lucasfilm didn't change their mind. So it's just like, it's like if you didn't like a movie, you didn't like a movie. That's fine.
Yeah.
But
and like we said, fortunately, there's. The sequel trilogy is what it is. Love it, like it, hate it, whatever your feelings. It is what it is, and let's move on if you don't like it. And because it sounds like there's going to be some projects that you probably will like.
Yeah.
I think The Mandalorian has appealed to the OT. Diehard fans, which I associate myself as an OT diehard fan, but there's just so much. Like I said, of course there's been mishaps for sure, but there's so much I think to look forward to also.
Yeah, The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Like The Mandalorian is, forget about it just being Star Wars. It's one of the best TV programs out there because you have people that, it's not, well, there's not many people around the water coolers anymore. But, the ones that are, or, in not Star Wars Twitter and just normal people are talking about, The Mandalorian and Star Wars. And people are saying, well, I don't like Star Wars, but I love The Mandalorian. That's great. Maybe then they're going to be like, oh, this Bo-Katan, who is she? Maybe I want to know more about it. And it's like, well, now you're going to have to watch some cartoons. But it's not a big deal. I can tell you exactly which ones you want to watch. Give me a day or two. Or whatever it is. And I can tell you exactly what episodes to watch, and gear something up to you so that you have, get it all in line, or just whatever it is. If you really want to know more about it, and it's a cartoon, but it's a nice little story that you can put together in the same length of time as a movie, and that might get them into some other aspects they want to know then, or what's going to happen when Ahsoka comes around, and people have no idea who Ahsoka is, and then they see like, oh, okay, now I want to see who it is, and then they're like, are they going to be like, okay, well, start watching Clone Wars, and it's like, are they going to be like, who's this bratty little girl, or are they going to be like, look at who she became, let's see how she got there, let's find out, because for them, the Clone Wars is her origin stories, where for us, we watched it and it was a story. For them, it's going to be her origin story. So it's completely different. Just like if you got into watching, Star Wars in the prequels, then the origin stories, even though it happens afterwards, would kind of be like the OT, which is actually the opposite if you watched it how they came out. But yeah, like Pauline said. Pauline hated, 8 or 9, and she's had her, I've talked to her about her grievances and what she didn't like and what she did like, and and she's just like, okay, I'm not gonna watch those ever again, but it doesn't mean they're not canon. It doesn't mean they didn't happen. It doesn't mean this or that. It hasn't engulfed her life where she's got to come on to a chat and sit there and talk about it nonstop. That's like, just move on.
Yeah. Again, if The Last Jedi or any of these movies is the biggest problem in your life, you've got a really good life. Yep. Life is really good. But what you're saying too, The Mandalorian. I mean, I know so many people that are not Star Wars fans, like at all, in the slightest, and they've gone into The Mandalorian. So it truly is bringing in a new era of fans to Star Wars. That I know people that started with The Mandalorian, like episode 1 and 2, got interested, and during the course of the weeks The Mandalorian was come out, went back and began to watch all the movies. And like you're saying, I mean, it's been. So I think it's been great for the Star Wars fandom, despite the nitpicks that we've had lately.
Yeah, and it's like, I think, like, my parents haven't watched The Mandalorian, and I think I've seen all of the Disney era movies with my father in the movie theater. I don't know if we saw Rogue One. That might be the only one we haven't seen together. But I've seen all the Disney era movie theater, with my dad in the movie theater, and we don't live anywhere, near each other. I lived in North Carolina at the time for some of them, or maybe I've been in New York City the whole time. But anyways, we're still separated by an airplane ride apart from each other. But it just happens to be I'm home for either Christmas or my birthday, or just there visiting when they've been out. And he's one of those Star Wars fans that if you ask him, he'd say, "Oh yeah, I love Star Wars. It's great." And then you try and go and talk to him about it, and he knows the movies. And he can carry on somewhat of a conversation, but really doesn't know, the ins and outs. He wouldn't be like, this is the first time he's ever been. He came in today and said, "Hi, I love you, son." And I posted because he said something else too. I brought it up on the screen. It's the first time he's ever been in the chat. Or watched one of my episodes or whatever that I know of. But I think he would love The Mandalorian. I think my mom, who really can't tell much about Star Wars, really would like it because, she grew up in that era where, with Westerns and everything. But,
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I'm seeing in the chat. I mean, I think it stinks that Mark Hamill clearly wasn't happy, I guess, from conversations with what he had to do. But I mean, Mark Hamill, his life's not bad. He got paid for it. He and that's what I'm saying. Like the Last Jedi cannot ruin Luke Skywalker in my brain. Like Luke Skywalker is a hero. Like that's what he will die as in my brain forever. Like OT Luke Skywalker is sealed, and the Last Jedi, what they did or did not do, can't change how I feel about Luke Skywalker. Even if I would have preferred some things be different.
Yeah, and if you understand basic psychology, what happened with Luke Skywalker, it would be normal. Everything you do in your life, you fail at. You know, like he didn't do anything that So, he defeats. He goes to find Obi-Wan Kenobi. He does that, but in doing so, he gets his aunt and uncle killed. He destroys the Death Star, but it doesn't do anything because they just build another one. He leaves his training like he was told not to go save his friends, and he doesn't save them, and it does absolutely nothing. He tries to restart the Jedi Order, and he's a failure at that. And he tries to do this, and he's a failure at that. He tries to do this, and he's a failure at that. So finally he just says, "Oh, see, I almost said something bad."
I know what you almost said.
He almost said, "I give." He just says, "I give up," and just goes in and hides away until his teacher comes and says, "Listen, you keep failing, but you need to, failure is the best teacher. So now show Rey the things that you've learned from all your failures that you've had, because you can pass those on so other people, know what it is." But it makes complete sense. And, it gets into... In the book, we find out more about what he was talking about and what was going to happen, and that he was actually going to go. And he was leaving to go tell Rey, "I'm coming with you." And that's when he saw the Force hand touching that could have led to babies through the Force. I don't really know, what it would have been. And then he decided, okay, fine, you know what, I'm wrong, I'm going to go do it. And then he sees, and I'm going to guess as, I don't have children, but as a parent, a parent might decide, you know what, I was wrong, I'm going to go apologize to my child. And when they knock on the door, or they open up the door, they find that child doing something just as bad or whatever than that what they were in trouble for in the first place. And there goes all the thoughts of being rational and, saying, "I'm sorry," or whatever, let's try and work this out. And then it just goes right back to where it was. So I mean, it's just like it just, but from a from a psychology standpoint, it makes sense. But people are seeing this Luke Skywalker that could pull ships out of the air with the Force, which was never real. They were, well, first of all, nothing's real because it's fake and in space. It's fiction. So it doesn't matter about eating eggs or blasters being pointed at you or Luke being on an island or anything like that. It's just, I don't know. People just are crazy.
Yeah, and again, I mean, here's a good thing because it is fake. This is what I do with movies that I don't like the ending. You can just kind of rewrite it in your brain if you want and just go with that. Because it's all make-believe anyways, guys. So just make it how you want it.
Yeah. If movies affect you that much that you can't function in society because a movie, you don't like it that much that it encompasses your life, that 3 years afterwards you got to come and tell everyone how much you hate this and that or whatever. Then I mean, there's bigger issues than that in your life. But I know you don't have much more time, so we should definitely make sure we talk about your podcast a little bit.
Yeah. Well, we are, as Natalie is in the chat, as I said, I am one half of Force of Light Entertainment, and we, again, talk about all things entertainment. Star Wars is definitely my first love, so there's a lot of Star Wars content there. But pretty much anything that comes out, like when the new Marvel TV series come out, we'll cover those and things. Pretty much anything big in entertainment, we're going to cover and talk about. And really, I created it. I created Force of Light Entertainment. I was already making my Christian podcast, Force of Light podcast, and decided just to do it with Natalie. And one of the reasons why is because I used to follow or subscribe to so many of these big channels, and it just kind of more and more, it's like all people wanted to do was fuss about things. And it's like you pull the video, and I just wanted to be excited about something, and all they did was complain. And that was one of the reasons I even wanted to do it. And that's, again, even the title Force of Light, we try to be positive about things. That doesn't mean we always, anyone who wonders if we're always positive, go watch our Tenet review. Well, we weren't impressed with the movie, but we try to not just totally bash things, and we try to find the positive that we can give in things, but pretty much just, we started to be an alternative option for just all the negativity. And you know what I mean, Michael, you get on YouTube and it's like, that's their brand, is like they're outraged and they're angry about something all the time. in entertainment of all things. And I know people like Vader Girl. I know she's the only one I know in the chat. It's like sometimes you just want to be excited. You just watch The Mandalorian and you want someone to be excited with you about watching The Mandalorian. And that's kind of what Natalie and I are there for. But of course, when we do reviews, we're going to be honest if we didn't love something, but we'll probably put a nice little positive spin on even our not liking.
Oh, this past one. So like I do a live reaction, but with YouTube and the way it is and everything, like you can't put the episode on TV or on screen, especially when you're streaming it live. You can't do it because that will get you cut right away. And that's how I got my channel taken away for last year for a week because I did that. But there's ways around it too. It's got to be small, and then you put a watermark over it. Some people, whatever. But it's not even worth it for me. I'm a small channel, and I do it for my friends and to hang out with people. So, like, it's like, okay, I'm starting it now. But this last one, man, I thought Danielle was going to come in and tell me to shut up because it was 3 a.m. and I was screaming and I was flailing my arms and yelling and everything. Like I told my buddy, I was like, dude, when you watch this with your wife, watch my reaction video. You don't even need to have the sound on or anything. Just watch me watching this as you're watching, like, because you'll just be laughing at the way I was acting. Because it was like, it's like all these things for us nerds that read the books and read the comics and the cartoons, or at least stay up and know about them through podcasts or their friends or whatever it is. It's like there was finally, a big payout for like the Clone Wars. Like before, it's like the Darksaber to talk about, but now you have an actual like an entire character, and there's going to be a whole basis of it. And finding out that Din Djarin was like part of a religious cult, and if you're part of a religious cult, you don't know that you are. You think it's normal, and that was like he was just like, no, we're normal. What's wrong with you guys? And it's like, so it's like you're being brainwashed this whole time.
It's just there's a lot of exciting stuff, and that's what we try to focus. Well, it's not like try to focus. I just genuinely really like The Mandalorian, so I'm gonna and I'm not even one to totally sit around nitpick. Like my brain is kind of more, what's the overall picture of what I felt about it, and that's kind of where I go with it. But yeah, that is it's fun. It's fun to get excited and just enjoy. Like I said, Star Wars should be icing on the cake, so to speak. It should just be a bright spot on your Friday morning, or whenever you watch The Mandalorian. Hopefully, it is for me, and I hope it is for you guys.
Oh, it was I don't know the last time honestly, it's probably like the most emotion or like happiness I've gotten from a Star Wars movie. Like, just because it was like finally all this anticipation and everything we've wanted, and coming, and the rumors are being true, and this great story we're now getting because things are connected, and you have George Lucas was the Grand Master of the Jedi, and Filoni was his Padawan, who's now become a Jedi Master of himself, and now spreading the Force on for everybody.
Yeah. I mean, it's fantastic. Again, I'm not going to be discouraged. Even like I said, even if there's things you didn't like, maybe you didn't like the whole sequel trilogy. I don't know, but there's a lot of fun, good, entertaining content that's coming our way. So it's an exciting time to be a Star Wars fan, and I know I'm looking forward to more of these series. The rest of the Mandalorian, I think, is going to be fantastic. I mean, I will be so excited for the Obi-Wan series. I know it's just a mini series, but still. You got the Taika Waititi movie that he's, I guess, going to be making. I mean, there's just the High Republic books. There's just so much fun to look forward to, and I would just kind of rather focus on the things I'm excited about instead of nitpicking things to be offended about.
Yep. But all right, I mean, you're welcome to stay as long as you want, but I know that you have real life to deal with instead of Star Wars all day.
Yes, well, thank you very much, Michael, for having me on. It's been fun, and for those of you, I know Kat knows me in the chat, but for those of you who do not, we are All Places Podcast Star, Force of Light Entertainment, and we also have a YouTube channel. And we've not yet hit the 1,000 mark that TooMedToo's hit, so we're trying to hit that 1,000 subscriber, which I think can be quite the climb.
It really is. It was a lot of hard work and a lot of pushing and trying, and I'll be honest. Sometimes it was like, hey, let me see your phone. Okay, there you go. There's a subscriber, and going like at work, and people are like, oh, you have a YouTube channel. Oh, it's about Star Wars. Just do me a favor and subscribe to it. It'll really help me out. Oh, okay. I mean, you get enough of those over a couple of years, and all of a sudden it goes from, it would probably be 600 or 700 to, there's those extra couple hundred you need to just get in there.
I literally walked into the office that I work at. I walked in, and I'm usually actually out and about, but I walked into the main office, and I looked at two people, and I said, you two, you're going to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And they both did. But yeah, sometimes you just got to get those subscribers.
Because, I mean, it's just, it unlocks so much, and being able to get help with things. But, all right. Well,
yes,
thank you. Thank you very much for stopping by. And I know I will see you in the future.
Yes, if we don't get canceled in between then and now. So
you never know, because God only knows what I said, and I say enough shit that people don't even need to splice things out. They can just leave whatever I said in a hole, and they don't even need to doctor it, and there's enough in there to cancel me. It's nothing bad. It's just that the way
it doesn't have
is.
to be bad.
That's true.
Well, yes, thank you for having me. No, I think we'll be fine. But I'm kind of to the point, if people have a problem with me, then they have a problem with me. I mean, that's kind of more on their end than mine. I'm really never mean to anyone. So if you take offense by something I say, I guess I'm sorry. I mean, I can't worry about it. There's too much, can't worry about it. And as we said, probably it's a good thing to stay off Twitter for the most part. I may just stay off Twitter all of Friday at this point, besides tweeting out things from Force of Light, just so I can thoroughly enjoy The Mandalorian and not hear nonsense.
I'll tweet you, though, and let you know what people are upset about, just so that you can watch the episode again and find out.
I'm sure I'll find out. It's pretty hard to escape at some point. Yes, well, thank you, and good night to everyone in the chat, and good night to you, Michael.
Well, good night, and thank you very much for stopping by.
Yes, I enjoyed it, and we'll have you on sometime too.
It sounds like a plan.
Awesome. All right, see you guys.
All right. May the force be with you.
Yes, may the force be with you too.
Oh, and now we also have an also with you, which we didn't even get to. Since you're on the ministry side, going into the Catholic, peace be with you. And so people have always said when you say may the force be with you, people always say and also with you because especially if you're Catholic, that's what it's driven into your head on what to say. Now we have that, and I think that has to be a joke along those lines of people always saying that because we don't really know how to respond until now we have always or
Yes.
the two responses are always, or repeat it. If someone says may the force be with you say may the force be with you. So you either repeat it back to them or say always, not the and also with you. But that's what when that happened in episode 2. That made episode 2 perfect. That can't be a filler. It made fun of my religion. That's great. I love it.
My last thing before I get off, my one of my roommates, she is Catholic, and I used to always just say, "May the Lord be with you," and she would say it with you also. It just became a fun little thing. I just enjoyed doing it. I would be the priest in that case. But yes, it's fun. So may the force be with all of you.
And also with you.
Yes. All right. See you guys. Good night.
All right. Thank you. All right. And that was Michelle from Force of Light Entertainment. Her info will be in the notes, so you can just go check her out there and make sure you go and give her a follow. On her YouTube channel and podcast and Twitter, and that way you can find everything else you need to know. With that, I said good day. May the force be with you. All right, we didn't really leave. That was just so once I do start turning these back into podcasts, because I'm just way behind. I didn't have the computer, and then just haven't done it. So, I think I have 25 out there. And we're on 42, so I got a bunch that I need to do into podcasts. But I put the link in there if anybody wants to stop by. Like I was saying, I don't know if it was if it was before we hopped on or not. And if it was before we hopped on or not. I was saying that before when I just did the Monday night one and the Saturday night one, there was more to talk about and things. And now that I'm doing, 3 of them with the Mandalorian. Right. So, good night, Dad. I love you. And I will talk to you soon. Well, Christina, if you want to know what's in the box, you know what to do. We usually have RFB here, or we have Kylo here to what's in the box me, but tonight we're going to have Christina. So there's the link for Christina, and I literally was running so far behind, and the shifts I picked up when I went back, I picked up the other manager shifts, and I was supposed to work until 11 tonight, and I said, it's Monday. I used to not work Mondays, and I was like, but I need to leave at 8. Which I knew leaving at 8, I'd be out of there by 8:30. I'd be home by 9. Hello?
Hey.
What are you doing saying that I said what's in the box? You typed that shit. That doesn't count. Hang on. So, I had a couple things here. Whoa. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, we're gonna die. The boo-boo's. I forgot the boo-boo was in here too.
Hang on, you won't be able to hear me. I mean, while you're...
Hey, Vader's girl. What's up?
All right, so yeah, we have we got a couple things. And oh, what do you have there? I missed that. What were you showing us? What were you showing off for?
A Christmas stocking.
Oh, all right.
Yep.
Nice.
Yes. Yes. Always find some nice stuff. And I have this box too. Oh. Oh. And it plays music too, but I don't know if you can hear. You cannot hear, right?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Oh.
Yeah, I heard it. I heard it.
Yeah, I got this box at the flea market.
Okay.
And it got
Yeah, all right, it's the Vader. All right. Oh, wait, go back. It's okay, it's the bad guys. We got Vader, Darth Maul, the Emperor. I don't know who the fourth one is. I can't see
I think
that.
it's Kylo Ren, I think.
Okay.
And then I have Yoda
All right.
and Chewie.
Nice. And I think that one's kind of a play off of Bohemian Rhapsody that we see a lot of times.
And then Kylo Ren again. Yeah. And then I found this at the thrift store too.
Oh, that's the Build-A-Bear.
Yeah, but guess what? They put the wrong music on it. See if you can. Okay, let me see. Can you hear?
No.
They put Ghostbusters.
Oh,
in it.
Ghostbusters.
Yes.
Ghostbusters. Yeah, I heard it. That's amazing. That's pretty cool.
Yes. So, yeah, I've been finding some stuff, and of course I collected the things. So I found this for my other collection. Oy. So. So, that's about it for now. I don't think I got nothing. What? Oh, but that is not it. What you got? Okay. What you got?
What you mean what I got?
What's in the box? What's in the box? I still want a cookbook so I can do my videos on my YouTube channel.
Okay, so we got this right here. Another one of these. Which I'm almost positive that I am missing some. I think I got some. I don't know. I gotta go and check a little bit better, and I might have to have some of them ordered. Because I just think I'm missing a couple.
And they're the first. Oh shit!
What is it?
Oh dude. Vader's castle.
Ooh. Awesome. That looks cool.
Yeah, I think we'll read this tomorrow, and we'll put that on the Patreon page, or the Patreon for our patrons. Don't hold me to that. I say that out. I say there's so much stuff. Oh my god, are you drinking out of that bear?
No. It's my mug.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just I gotta get a schedule. Like, I literally need to get a schedule down and put together and try and figure out what to do for it, because I don't have enough time to get anything done that I'm trying to do or whatever, especially now that I'm back to work. So I don't even know I know what my schedule is this week. I'm working second shift Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm on call. But it's like, it's not on call like that's my job to be on call. It's like, well, if we need you, we'll call you. Well, that doesn't really work for me. So, if I'm around, then I'm around. But if not, then, we'll have to figure it out. But, yeah. So anyways, we got this guy.
Huh.
Ahem.
What's in the box?
Oh, well, thanks for asking, Christina.
What's in the box?
Oh, and I think my father watched the entire episode of the Bacta tank, because he was there at the beginning, and then he was there at the end. So unless it was just great timing that he hopped on there. Oh, look at this guy. The Mithril.
Oh, that is cute. That is cute. Let's see.
And then we got this guy here too.
What's in the box?
I don't even know if this is Star Wars. Watch me whip it out, and it's gonna be some something to say for the septic tank.
Like my toys?
No, I did not have anything like your toys. My God, no. Oh, yes! I knew I got this, and I forgot about it. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Bam! Number four. Number 4 coming in.
That's the Christmas edition.
Yeah. So here, this is the Amazon one. That I had pre-ordered. I pre-ordered that. I got that months ago, but it was supposedly then it was back ordered, and I wasn't gonna get it until November. And I was like, yeah, not a big deal because the one from Walmart isn't going to be here till December. Not a big deal because the one from Walmart isn't going to be till December. So, whatever. And then I'm not sure where these ones are from. But we got this guy too. Another one. But this is the one with Babu Frick up there. That other one's just got a Snow White Porg. And then we got another one.
Cool.
And then this is the Santa one.
That's good. That's nice.
So, yeah. But I was hoping to get the... I was trying to find somebody from Walmart, or that has a Walmart by them, and then they could just get the Walmart one for me and mail it to me. And then I'll have all of them, and we'll be good, and I can just cancel the Walmart order. But no one seems to live by a Walmart, so we'll have to figure that out. Then Christina, stick around after the show too. Don't leave right away, so we can discuss some things. So what's going on? What's going on with you? What's up in your Star Wars life?
Well, I had stuff this weekend. The baby's sick, so. But I went to see my friend, and he had some stuff. So I don't know. I'm only do Kylo Ren, but anybody that do something else, they got to tell me. So because
I have to go through the list I gave you for things that I was looking for, and see. I have a couple of them that I think I picked up or just whatever it is, and see where we're at with those.
okay.
But I got to go through it. I think I got to find out if I sent you the list. I think I sent you the list. I don't know if I sent you the list on Instagram or on Facebook. And that's probably a lot of scrolling up I'm going to have to do.
I will check it out, Mike.
Pauline said that she saw somebody online selling all 5 for $290.
What is that? What they call Stormtroopers Christmas?
Well, they're
Oh, it's Black Series.
they're Black Series. They're 24. They're 20, $25 each. And they're all exclusives. So like you have to get one from GameStop, you have to get one from Best Buy, you have to get one from Target, you have to get one from Walmart, you have to get one from Amazon. And then they sell out. You'll be able to buy them eventually. Like the Amazon ones, Amazon said it wasn't going to come until December, and I got it already. Walmart says that they're preparing it. Yep, that's it. Or that's at least 3 of them.
$90.
Okay, for 3 of them.
Yes.
Those other 2 might be the harder ones to get. Like the Walmart one. If you pre-ordered the Walmart one, I don't have a Walmart button. I find someone that is by a Walmart to get it now.
Yeah. Hello. I do live close to a Walmart.
Well,
It's like
why haven't you told me this? My God.
5 minutes. Not
What?
even 5 minutes.
Well, go check it out. And let me know if they have it. It's the only one they're going to have at Walmart because Walmart they're each exclusive, and I mean that's the whole thing too. People are upset that it's like oh, you're giving us this, but we're not getting this character or that character or just whatever it happens to be.
Which one are you? It's pre-order still, right?
Yeah. Oh look, it's Kylo Customs.
Kilo, come back. Come. But
But yeah, it's like so. Like the only one the only one that's different is this one. He's dressed up like Santa Claus. You know, this is just it's the same. You know, these three, they're just. I'm trying to show it, and they're gonna fall, and I'm gonna feel bad. Because, you know, these three, they're all the same. They just have on different color schemes and different sweaters. This one in the middle has a scarf on. But they're cool, man. Like, they're, I don't know. Maybe there's people out there that just don't like Christmas. I don't know. How could you like Christmas and not like these guys? We're getting, like they just announced, they're probably, I was at work so I didn't get to go check them out and see. They just announced 3 more, Black Series that are going, for sale.
well, I got something to show you. Wait a second.
The new ones, let's see, they,
Okay.
the 3, I'm scrolling through, I'm not sharing it on the screen, I'm just looking through because I'm looking through really quick. The 3 new ones that they advertised today, okay, so there's that one, there's that one, I'm saying that one you can't see, there's the holiday one, there's one of the, credit ones, but I was looking for the ones that they announced today. Maybe if I go to, is there a newest thing to featured by newest arrivals? That's what I want. Okay, those don't look. Okay, yeah. So,
You see this one? Oh.
like so Grief Karga's new. Is he sold? Are these guys sold out yet? Probably not. Yeah, they're not sold out yet. But Grief Karga. So Grief Karga. Mandalorian one is Grief Karga. Cull and Moff Gideon are out there. They're still good. But I didn't pre-order those ones yet. But they also had Ventress and the two of the guys from the Bad Batch, and those ones sold out immediately. But that's the thing. They put them on Hasbro Pulse and then give limited quantities to other ones. So they'll be available again, but you're just not going to get them that first round. So you can go buy them for $50 or $80 each on eBay, or you just wait 5 months and then they come back up for sale.
Well, just send me the names and we discuss later.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, do you have anything else you want to talk about in Star Wars? Anything,
No, anything. Same.
You could just start a podcast and be like, I don't know what I'm going to talk about, so I'll just Google it and be like, I'll just read one sentence off and be like, look how smart I am. And then and then cry because no one's there because you're a freaking moron and don't know what you're talking about. And then you're just like, look, let's pick out of the hat.
So crazy. But yeah. Kilo! I do not collect Black Series. No, Kilo don't collect.
Yeah. Kylo, are you hopping on here? Are you hopping on here? Anything you want to talk about, or are we calling it a night and doing stuff? I'm actually kind of, I'm always down to talk and to keep the stream going. But, it's like, I got, I don't know.
He's not coming in?
Kylo said he will fully support you. No matter what you do.
Yes. Yes. That's what friends are for. Right?
Yep. for good times and
In
bad
bad
times. I'll be on your side forevermore. And then Pauline was saying James from Rebel Scum couldn't pre-order the Holiday Troopers, but a couple days ago one of them showed up on Amazon. Yeah, so the Amazon one, like Amazon does, they sold too many of them or whatever for the pre-order. So then they were pushing everybody back to saying, okay, you're not going to get it until December or whatever. Then you get enough people canceling or people not paying or whatever it is, and all of a sudden the date moves up to not the 3rd, November 3rd, like all the rest of them, but November 10th or whatever it was. Then they pump them out. But the other thing you have to look out on Amazon is, like, these guys are whatever they are, $19.99 or $24.99. You'll find them on Amazon, but they'll be $36.99, $42.99 because it's not Amazon selling them, it's a third party. So it's no different than buying it off of eBay. And we have another Kylo.
What is that? Hey, Kilo.
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
I can start doing a little bit of late night work. What's going on?
Oh, I heard one.
I don't notice it, yeah.
Late night work, what up?
I thought we were on the septic tank for a second and he had his mouth full of something. And I was just like, oh.
What's going on with you guys?
No, Michelle was on here from Force of Light, so we had a nice little chat. Always positive with her, and where I'm just like, these people are fucking idiots and assholes and cancel culture. She's a little bit more nicer about it, and saying, well, maybe if you're having all these problems, maybe you shouldn't be watching Star Wars. Where I'm just like, go suck a tailpipe, dude. We just have, we come about it different ways. And if me telling someone to go suck a tailpipe makes them go suck a tailpipe, they have bigger problems in their life than me telling them to go do that. They were going to do it anyways. So they just wanted to use me as an excuse. Cancel culture on the last time out. Anyways. Yeah. I got one of those. You movie theater popcorn getter.
It's not. It's not a popcorn thing.
It is.
It's not. Where to put the popcorn?
Open it up. Open it up.
Where?
Doesn't the top open up?
No.
Are you lying?
No, it don't. This is not the popcorn. I want the thing, the Millennium Falcon popcorn thing. I know this does something, but I don't know. Where's the button at? I want the Millennium Falcon. No, this one. This one dances or whatever.
Oh yeah, this one. They fill this with popcorn.
Yeah.
And then you open it up and you put your popcorn out of that way. But like with me, I did it, and the top opens up too for something somehow. I don't know. I never use this. But here we go. Maybe what is it? Yeah, the top comes off so they can fill it up with popcorn. And then once they fill it with popcorn, you put it on there, the lid back on there. So people aren't getting their dirty dick beaters on there. And then oh wait, this is box tank. I gotta behave. And then you pop it open here, so you can get the popcorn out of it.
This one I got it at Goodwill auction. I won this one. Goodwill auction. As I get all my robots.
Is that battery operated?
Yes.
Oh boy.
double A in big battery, bad battery. My Darth Vader only requires double A. But that's for Saturday, right?
Yep, that's for Saturday.
Yep. So. What was that? I don't got nothing new. Not for right now. Or do I? No, that's not interesting. Oh, yeah, I got a lollipop. Okay, so. A Kylo Ren lollipop. Oh, I cannot take that off. And I got the. I got this. I forgot.
I built it.
She built it. My new ship. Whatever this thing called. A Kylo Ren, whatever.
The silencer?
Yes, look. Even got him, look. He's so cute.
Plus,
I'll
the
show you the dark side. He says, I'll show you the dark side. But yeah, I got this with
What are you
him.
talking about? That was my best pickup line.
But I got him here, look. Kylo Ren here sitting down. Look at him. This is going to the roof. I don't know. Yeah. But look, so cute, right?
Yes, so cute.
You so wrong for that. But yeah. That's my new song right now. Don't got nothing else. Nope. Nothing else. Just a toy.
Hey, Sergio! How are you doing, buddy?
Hey, Sergio.
Alright, so let's see. Sir, pop that on there really quick, see if anybody wants to come on. Anybody got anything they want to discuss? Any topics? If not, we'll probably call it a night shortly.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's the candy holder of Kylo Ren. And my toothbrush is Kylo Ren. And that's it.
That's not it, that's Kylo Ren.
It is Kylo Ren. Okay. So, but for it is what it is for today. I don't got nothing else. Yeah, until next weekend.
So how's the baby feeling? You doing better?
No, man, he's now stopping drinking. We're having problems today. I hope he drinks better tomorrow, but he stopped drinking milk and juice.
Didn't you say you got a double ear infection?
Yes. Yes. Imagine. And he's already autistic and screaming and driving me crazy, but now he's like the double the fussiness, double the everything. So he'll be okay. He got medication, so just more work. He's not sleeping, more work.
Well, all right. And Sergio said he calls Kylo Ben.
Yes.
Interesting. I like that.
Anyways, well, we are done for today. I got to go. So, but you, Michael, send me a DM
Okay.
on Instagram.
Okay, I'll go through and I'll find it. And then I already sent you one a while ago. And it's the same one except for one of them is different. One of them, or two of them I found. And I got them. But all right, yeah, we'll figure it out.
Wait, because we'll see him Sunday.
Well, all right, Miss Christina.
Okay. Well, I'll talk with y'all later.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Kyle, are you coming back? What's going on? Mr. Rez is in the house. What is up, Mr. Rez? I'm not sure what happened with Kylo. So, yeah. I don't know if Kylo saw my toy that I got. This one. I don't even know what Kylo's doing. I'll have to hang up the chat on him. He'll be like, hey, what happened? Where'd everybody go? We got this one coming in. The Mythrol. Oh, I want to excavate myself. All go poops. Yeah, I don't know what Kylo's doing right now. Does anybody know what Kylo's doing? Oh yeah, Sergio, and I also showed which one came today? So I already had yeah, so this guy came. And then I already had these guys. This guy came the other day. I don't remember who he's from. I just noticed though they have serial numbers on them. This guy, I don't know where he came from. He's number 2,381.
2,381.
This
That's a
is
serial number?
it's stamped on there. 2,381 on this guy too. 2,461 on this one. $2,401 on this one.
Huh.
Like on the back of it, right here. Can you, if you can see, I'll show you. Well, I'll show you on this one. It's a little darker. Like it has it stamped. Like this is number. This is the 2,461 that came out. But I'm gonna guess I don't know how many they actually made. And these two are not the same. What are the chances that I have the exact same number coming out? I'm gonna have to find out what these mean, and if it really is that, like, if they can't be pressing these individually and stamping them, can they?
Hold on here.
Like, that would just seem like a lot to be stamping these things. I don't know. I'm gonna have to hit up Jason. I'm gonna have to hit up Blackface and ask him. Everybody's confused. No one knows what's going on anymore. Nobody knows. Sergio, you wrote a short story? What's your, when are we going to hear the short story? You can't tell us you got a short story and then not, tell us about it. But, yeah, so, maybe we'll talk to Christina. Maybe we'll see, or maybe Kylo. I know Kylo's got a package he's got to send to me. Kylo's got a package he's got to send to me. I got a package I got to send to him. It's never ending here, around here with this. You wouldn't even believe what's going on right now with this desk either, so. There's the pop I couldn't find. It's right in front of my face. Yeah, so Sergio, where are we going to get this story from? Where do we get this story? And what is Kylo doing too? Is he like Funko Pop hunting right now?
Hold on, Mike. I'm coming.
That's what she said. Oh, wrong show. Sorry.
Easy Junior's not here for me. That was classic the other night.
What are you doing?
Just picked up some goods and I'm on my way home. I'm making side money. I'm laid off more or less.
What's that?
Said I'm making side money. I got laid off more or less.
Ah, sorry to hear that.
Well, I don't work at all this week. I worked 5 hours last week because we got shut down. We're only open 9 to 6 p.m. And I wasn't hired full-time, so I'm part-time, so the full-time people got to get their hours first. And I'm more or less just stuck picking up scraps right now until everything opens back up. So, running around doing some side jobs.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah, did you see the Mithril? Did you pick that up yet?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
There it is. I know you're driving, but look at your phone.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I haven't seen them anywhere yet. I do have them pre-ordered. So.
Yeah, that came from Entertainment Earth. Entertainment Earth is usually kind of behind when it comes to getting things out. But they were one of the first ones for this one, so that's kind of cool. We'll maybe try and get a video done with that tomorrow. I might try and do. I got Vader's Castle. Cover A. I'm not sure how many covers they have for it. This year's version of it, anyways. Whatever that happens to be. So, yeah, we'll just see. I might throw that up on the. I said I'll try and get that tomorrow and throw that up on the Patreon, depending on what goes on for tonight, and because that one will at least kind of be quick and easy, and I can throw that up for everyone to just say, hey, thank you for your support. That's kind of that's really good. So thank you for your support, no matter how it is, whatever level it is. Here's just something really, really quick and easy I can do, and it doesn't even have to be, anything really in depth. And I don't know. I could throw it on there and give you guys the, or maybe I'll have Danielle edit it. I haven't gotten that far yet. I don't know. It just seems kind of. Maybe I'll just open it up and just read the comic book to you guys, and you get it then. And then, you guys get it like raw, just me showing you whatever it is, and then after a little bit of time, throw it up on the YouTube, or maybe not put on YouTube at all, just leave it for that, because, there's still a lot of things going on, a lot of things planned, so, now we just need to, get caught up so we can move forward at a medium pace.
What else is going on? What's your went back?
I went back today, and everything, so far was a-okay. It seems good. Yeah. I mean, there's really nothing to. I got my job, and I was like, well, with my training, is everything gonna have to start over? And they were like, nope, everything's stored. If it's stored in the computer, so I don't have to do all my exams over and my testing and everything. It's all. And I said, well, I wasn't sure, if those expire or however it is. And they said, no, you're good. And I said, all right, well then. All right, well, not. It was just. There's stuff going on, so it wasn't the right time to talk about it, but it wasn't we're not going to talk about it now, it's just we don't have time to talk about it now, so, get it figured out, and, it is what it is, whatever, I don't know, so, yeah, it seemed pretty good, and, we'll see where it goes from there.
Like, how many hours are you getting?
Well, I took the other manager's hours because he got, there was, some stuff. He's no longer working there. So I got his hours. But they had cut his hours too, and then, so he was down to 4 days, so he only had 29 hours or whatever it was. Just stuff, and then I would have had basically, it was 29.75 hours with the 4 days, but It was supposed to be 3 to 11 tonight, and I only did 3 to 9 or 3 to 8, so that I could, go do whatever it is that I do.
Gotcha. Well, that's cool. So now, but we're getting shut down. So state's gonna probably go to a statewide 30-day shutdown. Chicago's already done it. A lot of the businesses around here are chopping their hours again.
Well, that kind of isn't good. Did you really know it was going to come, or?
We didn't have no idea. It's just because of the spike of all the test results. Because it's flu season, so everybody's running around freaking out with flu symptoms, and COVID runs a lot of the same symptoms. So this is just something that we just found out the other day. Found that out Saturday. That's why I kind of mentioned in the septic tank that we're getting ready to get shut down again.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, dude.
That's all right. I got plenty of stuff to keep me busy. Run around and do side jobs and make side money.
Nope.
Ain't nowhere near what I should be making, but still, it's a little salty.
Yeah, we'll have to see what's going to go on in New York State with that. So it's all craziness.
Other than that, nothing's changed.
Yeah, so
I missed most of it because I was out working, so I missed most of it. I'll have to rewatch. And then I was on a phone call for almost 2 hours. So then I got Christina's message like, "Hey, where are you?" And I was like, "Oh shit, I forgot." On phone calls and all this other stuff.
Oh, I didn't even know that she hadn't said it, or.
Well, she asked where I was at because I guess it's probably about the time when she's getting in, about 9:30 our time, about an hour after you started or so. I had to double check the timeline, but yeah, it was just wondering where I was at because I wasn't in, and I'm usually in on Mondays. I'm usually in on time.
Yeah, that's what I was. Sergio, do you follow me on or you can just email it to me. Email it to me, and then I can put it out there on the social medias if you want me to. Instead of typing it out, again in this chat, and that way I can put it up, on whatever, or a link to it.
I'm just trying to check this out here real quick.
But I'm gonna cut out for right now because I have to do something real quick. All right, or I can just mute, and if you're still going, I'll jump back on with you.
No, I'm probably going to take off. I'm just going to tell Sergio how to send that to me, and then I can put it on Twitter or whatever and try and find it. Figure out how to format it. And then once I have it pulled up and I download it, then on the we can go over it on the septic tank on Saturday. 2x2 at Gmail. That is correct. Just send it to me there. And then on Saturday, that will give us something to talk about. But we got to make sure you're going to be there on Saturday. I don't want to pull it out and I don't want to whip it out and have you not be around to take care of it for me. I mean, not like that. Like that didn't sound right.
That's why you said it that way, because it's a septic tank content. All right, man. I'll see everybody. Mike, I'll talk to you later. What day are you off this week, or are you not off the rest of the week?
Oh, I am off. I am working. I work tomorrow. I work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 to 11. And then I don't know about Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They're like, well, you can be on call, and it's like, it's not like it's my job to be on call. So no, I'm not going to sit around just to see if you call me in on my day off. If I make plans or something's happening, then I won't come in.
Right.
It's not like, hey, we need you to be on call these couple days, or whatever for whatever reason. It's not like somebody's having a baby or somebody's wife is having a baby, so we need you to be on call these days in case they have it, so you can come in. But then if you do, we take care of you in other ways. I'm not like trying to be like a septic tank way, but you know what I mean. Like we figure something else out, or whatever it is. But it's not like that. It's just like, basically, if we need you, we'll call you. But if we call you, you have to come in. Well, no, that's not how it works.
No, that's not how this shit works, buddy.
But alright, dude, I will talk to you later. Sergio is going to email me. He wrote a story about the frog couple. Somebody. Well, no, it's not canon.
That's awesome, though. Yeah, cool. I want to see it if you're okay with that.
Well, it's not canon, but we
You know,
that is what it
you know
is.
what
We
I'm
still
going
go
to
for it.
camp. You know what I'm going
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But alright, dude. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. Everyone that's still here in the chat, we got a few people here still. But we got Vader's Girls leaving. Sergio, I believe he is leaving too. Pauline is...
All right. Well, good night,
leaving.
Pauline. Good night, Sergio. Good night, Kat. Good night, Michael. Good night, everybody else that's there who we didn't mention. I will see everybody back on Saturday night.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Michael, if anything, we have to still get in touch to do these other videos so we can put content for these guys to watch.
Yep. I mean, as of right now, I got Friday and Saturday free. We just got to figure out a time. Because we can pop out. Like right now, I'm just looking at it, and I don't know about the 6-inch ones if I can handle doing that. But we can do a couple Baby Yodas. We can do a couple things that I've laying around, and I need to unpack them from here and put them back over there, just so they're not all over my desk to do videos on later on. And maybe go through and try and figure out
what's already been done, what I need to do for packing away, and then maybe trying to get rid of some more of the pops of the Funko variety, because or it may be a larger portion of ones that need to go for the Kessel Run toy drive or one of the other toy drives, which is great. So I'll look into those. But for everyone that was hanging out with us, thank you very much. And with that, I said good day. May the force be with you. Always.